A looting scheme has been hatched in Statehouse, and the person to suffer is you, the taxpayer. Yes, a looting scheme has been hatched in Statehouse. For a moment, have you ever sat down and thought, where does the money for inviting various groups in Statehouse come from? The most recent being yesterday, when the Murang'a MCAs and also the Kisii MCAs were invited in Statehouse. That's not the end of the list. So many groups have always been invited to Statehouse with so many promises. First, to begin with, the transportation of MCAs just from one county will cost so much. Now, the event that will be happening, also money has been allocated for it. Under whose budget is this falling into, if not the taxpayers' money? Just yesterday, you heard the Murang'a MCAs alleging that they actually received invitations to attend the State House meeting. And in that honoring, they will be awarded, each and every one of them, 300,000 shillings. Now, just the other day, I was telling you that President William Samoei Ruto has already known that his popularity has gone completely down. And he wants to rescue himself or to redeem himself onto the top of the ladder. And that, of course, includes buying his way in to the top. But times have changed. Generations have changed. That is why you see him not concentrating on the capitation that should be given to schools, to hospitals. Our education system is falling apart. But all the president can do is just thump the way he is one of the most educated presidents Kenya has ever had. He is a man full of himself. Actually, President William Samoei Ruto believes that among the over 40-something million Kenyans, he is the most brightest. He is the person with the most wisdom. That whatever he sees, we who are criticizing him are not able to see. You know, having an ego is not bad, but having your ego control you, that is where we draw the line between a man who is living in fallacy and continuous denial of a condition maybe he's going through as a head of state. This is a pathological liar. The other day, MCAs who defected the call in Kisii said the other day when they received invitation to go and meet the president in Kakamega, they had issues which they placed on top of the table. None of them up to date has been addressed. The same thing that the MCAs of Murang'a were saying, we had a pact with you, so there is nothing we are coming to discuss in State House because already we had a pact with you, and you know what the Murang'a residents need. So, taxpayers' money, which is getting lost in each citizen each and every day without a trace. Money is getting lost on share without a trace. Where we see registered but non-existent hospitals in terms of physicality being facilitated, being given capitation to carry activities, ghost hospitals. We've seen ghost schools being given more than enough capitations as we try to compare it to the existent ones. Then you want to ask yourself, where does the money that the president is dishing out coming from? The so-called empowerment programs are nothing other than trying to buy your loyalty. Nothing other than trying to buy your silence. Therefore, the young generation, it is you who have the future of this nation at your hand. It is we who can reclaim the sovereignty of our nation. And leaders tend not to learn. We all saw what happened in Nepal. You saw what happened to the finance minister. They dragged him down naked. And they demanded the prime minister to resign. And that happened. And actually, there is one of the judges who was intolerant to corruption. They insisted he be reinstated as the prime minister, and that call was honored because now the people were practicing their sovereignty directly because their representatives were not doing so. And going by what the peace ambassador to Nepal was saying, that, Kenya is looked upon by Africa. Kenya is the one to offer a direction. So we are the eye of Africa. Therefore, we should not shy away from calling out dubious activities carried out by state officials. I do wonder when I hear some people, scream to the top of their voices, two-term kumi bila break. Well, it is their democratic right, but is it influenced with prior knowledge of everything that is happening in the nation, or is it influenced by a directive given by a party leader or a party statement? It is high time we stop following these parties, because whatever is happening in Statehouse today is nothing other than a looting house. A house where people go and divide shares. A house where people have decided they are going to crumble this economy and take it down. You sit there and believe that President William Samoei Ruto is the person to change this nation. Wherever you are, will you sit down and take a keen look of yourself? How is that economy translating deep into your life, into your pocket? The economy that they are singing is good. Imagine you have been able to survive through this turmoil that they have put us through as a regime. What if things were better? The economy would be moving, you know. It is so sad that everything they promised in the manifesto, they are doing the exact opposite. Mind you, even the so-called affordable housing they are talking about, they are not even using that house levy to build it, which they say the money collected in house levy is in excess of what was required. They have actually taken some loan which they are using to build and construct the affordable housing. Therefore, bearing the question, where is the money collected through house levy that is being deducted from your payslip on a monthly basis when you receive your salary? Where does it go to? The moment you respond to those questions, I believe you shall have reached to know whom not to vote for come the year 2027. That is, if they will allow elections to be done, because I believe there are so many reasons that William Ruto is trying to do to halt 2027 elections and try extend his presidential term beyond the 5-year term. Anything that is said, any smoke you see, there has to be some fire in it. So even if there is lie, at least 90% may be lies, but the remaining 10% may be the truth that we don't know. At the end of the day, there is their story, there is our story, and then there is the true story. What is your story? Give me your take in the comment section below. If you love content of this nature and you're watching from my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button so anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the unscripted talks here in Dub Radio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dub Radio ndio mpango mzima.